Hi everybody, Danny here with Voice of the Meeple. Today I will be reviewing for you Human Punishment, Social Deduction 2.0 by Godot Games. You'll notice first off that I am alone today, flying solo with this review. The reason being, Andrea actually hasn't played this one yet. So I've been playing this exclusively at work with my coworkers. She hasn't had a chance to play it. Though, knowing her and the types of games she likes and dislikes, I don't think she would like this one. And I will explain why later on, so she'll get a little voice at the table with my review of this game. But we'll start off by explaining the game, and then I'll go into what I like and dislike about it. So to start off, Human Punishment, like I said, it styles itself Social Deduction 2.0. Out of other social deduction games I played, it's definitely most similar to Bang. So if you've played that one, it borrows a lot of things from that type of game. So it's turn-based. There are 3 main factions, though in Human Punishment there are actually 5 factions, so 2 extras that can come into play but don't every game. So 3 main factions, though. You got your humans, you've got your machines, and your outlaws. You're going to be dealt 3 cards at the start of the game, and those 3 cards collectively are going to determine what faction you're in. And if you're on the human side, you're trying to take out all the machines and all the outlaws. If you're on the machine side, you're trying to take out all the humans. And if you're an outlaw, you are a lone wolf, so you can work with the other outlaws at the start, but you need to be the last man or woman standing to win. So you're not part of a team at all. So that's the basic of the game. It is done in turn, though, so each person gets to be involved and take an action. Those actions can be investigating someone else's loyalty card, so you can take a look at the loyalty card, get an idea of what faction they may be in. You can pick up a weapon. They have pistols, they have rifles, they have a laser, they have a rocket launcher, so all kinds of weapons that you can use. You pick it up and aim it at somebody, or you can draw a program card. This giant stack of cards here, and the program cards do all kinds of things. They give you different abilities. They can even bring dead people back into the game, all kinds of stuff, so a lot of variability with those cards. So those are the 3 actions you do, and then it turns to the next turn, and you go like that until one of the win conditions has been met. So that is Human Punishment, how it's played. Now, what do I like about this game? There is a lot to like. It is a great game. I totally agree with the name on it, that it's Social Deduction 2.0. It has several elements that really revolutionize the genre for me and make it really fun. So first thing, like I mentioned earlier, you have these 3 different cards that determine your faction, not just one. So it's probabilistic, and you don't know at the start of the game the exact number of people in each faction. Sometimes you might not even have a faction there. You could have a game where there are no humans. So it's unlikely, but it could happen. You're going to get 2 loyalty cards, and you can see these, they'll say either outlaw, human, or machine, and they can even have a 2x. So this one says 2x outlaw. So it counts basically as double. And then you have your ID, which will also have a symbol. This one has machine on it, and then it'll give you a little ability down at the bottom that comes into play when this gets revealed. So right now with this, I have 1 human symbol, 1 machine symbol, 2 outlaw symbols. That means I'm an outlaw because I have the most of that symbol. And if there's a tie and you don't have more of any symbol, then you're an outlaw. That's the default. This would all be secret, though. Nobody else could see this. And throughout the game, some people are getting an idea of what I am. So I really like that unpredictability of it and the variability. Like I said, with the program cards, tons of variability. There are tons of ID cards, each with their own unique abilities. This is the stack of ID cards. So you can see it'll take a long time to play through all the possible combinations, and each game is very unique because of that. I mentioned there are those 2 other factions that can come into play. So they mainly come in through these IDs. There's one ID that brings in another faction called the Legion faction, and another ID that brings in the Fallen. And each game is just going to be very different based off that. So I love the variability and the replayability. With other games that, I love Secret Hitler, I love Avalon, but they can feel a little samey after quite a few plays. The same things are happening each time, but this one really brings in a ton of variability. So that's number 1 for me. Another thing I like about this game is because it's turn-based, like Bang, everybody's involved. You think of a game of Secret Hitler where you may go the entire game without being elected into government once, or maybe just once. You feel like you're not really doing much. Uh, Everybody likes to be involved in the game and feel like they're doing something. In this game, everybody's going to have turns, multiple turns. So I like that element of it. I also like how everybody has the ability to gain knowledge. In these games, knowledge is power, and it's fun. I think most people prefer being fascist in Secret Hitler to just a liberal, because as a liberal you don't know what's going on. As a fascist, you know who everybody is, or think Avalon the Resistance. It's more fun being Merlin because you know who everybody is. And in this game, you don't know right at the start, but everybody has the ability to find out by examining loyalty cards. That's one of the actions you can do right at the start, and so everybody is gaining information as you go. And so it feels a little more democratic like that. Everybody is involved, everybody is getting information, and that's a lot of fun. Another thing I love about this game, one of the innovations of it, is that you can actually switch factions midway through the game. People can be switching factions. There are certain program cards that may make people switch loyalty IDs, so you could say, swap 2 different loyalty cards out there, which may not necessarily change someone's faction, but it could. So if they caused me to lose this 2 outlaw, and instead I got a 2 machine, back, now I'm a machine because I now have more machine cards than anything else. So you can change factions in the middle of the game. About 1/10 of these cards are actually just loyalty cards. So you'll get a card that just says on it, it's a 2x machine or 2x human, and so you get that, and now that could change your faction. A lot of people don't like that element of this game because it does, again, it leads to unpredictability. And you might have figured out what faction someone is, and then suddenly they change factions. To me, though, that's what these types of games are all about, just the crazy things that happen, and the excitement. And so that definitely introduces a really fun element to it. Another cool thing about this game that may appeal to some people, I know some of our friends that we've played social deduction with don't like the high pressure of some of these games. So you think Secret Hitler, if you're one of the fascists, having to bluff, having to lie to people, that turns some people off to the games. This one, you can play this game, and there definitely is deduction, there is deception, or there can be, and you can play it that way if you want to, but it's really not necessary. So if you're a machine, you don't necessarily have to keep that a secret to be able to have a viable strategy in the game. So people that want to play this type of game but don't want to have to lie, or don't like the deception side of things, this may appeal to you as well. But that doesn't eliminate the deception, and you can definitely, it helps to be an outlaw that pretends to be a human for a long time to get the humans to trust them. So there is deception in the game. Another thing I really like about this game is the ability for eliminated players to come back into the game. There are a number of ways that can happen. There are some program cards that could let that happen. You get a program card that'll bring you back after you're eliminated, so you get eliminated, then you come back. There's one ID in here, the Fallen ID, that will, once it gets revealed, everybody that's dead comes back into the game on your team, and you're this new unique team in the game called the Fallen. So if you're out of the game, you're never truly out until the game's over. You may be able to come back into it. So that adds some fun for even those who get taken out early. To me, those elements really make this game a lot of fun. Now, on the downside, and this is the main reason why I think Andrea would not like this game, there is a large amount of luck in this game, which, if you've seen our other videos, both Andrea and I feel, all else equal, we would prefer less luck in games. For me, that's more true with strategy games. If I'm going to be playing, Terra Mystica, putting a ton of mental energy into this puzzle, it really throws a wrench in things to suddenly have a dice roll or something that can change the tide of the game. So that can be annoying for me. Though in a social deduction game, it's less so, because I don't play this type of game for the strategy, though there is strategy in this game, definitely. But I play this for the excitement and the fun and the crazy situations that happen. And so I can stomach some more luck, though for me, for how heavy this game is, it's not heavy, it's definitely medium weight. It's more complex than Secret Hitler or Avalon. The luck to complexity ratio is getting close for me, and for Andrea, I know she would not like it because of the luck. these cards, some of these program cards can be very powerful. And if you happen to get the right card at the right moment, that can mean the game. And if you don't get that right card, then you're out of the game. So especially, there are a few of these that bring you back from the dead, like I mentioned. Those are especially powerful cards. And so there is a large amount of luck, and you may feel at times this game was out of my control. There was nothing I could do. They just got the right card. So that can be frustrating for some players. Though again, for me, like I said, I'm okay with usually more luck in this type of game, just because of how exciting things get. Because of that, like it's basically two sides of the same coin. You want more excitement, and to get more excitement and unpredictability, you have to introduce a little bit of luck. So that's the main drawback. Another thing is it can be quite long. Definitely count on at least 45 minutes. I think our shortest game has been about 40 minutes, but usually an hour or more. So these games do go long. And if you get eliminated early and don't end up coming back, then that's a lot of time to sit out. So that can be unfortunate. But yeah, besides that, really can't think of any other downsides to this game. It is a lot of fun. So again, those are my thoughts on Human Punishment. Really fun game. Hope you check it out. They just did their second Kickstarter launch, so that's how I got the game. Hopefully it goes to retail and you're able to get your hands on a copy, because it is great. Check it out. What am I trying to say? I don't know. I'm rambling now. My name is Howard. Blah. Oh, that's another thing I like about this game. Yeah. I struggle when Andrea's not here.